Good day, everyone. We're here in central Japan, well, specifically in eastern Japan. We're here at the Ibaraki Prefecture for round 2 of the 2023 Hololive GT3 Japan Series, and we're here at the Tsukuba Circuit. And if you want to know about the Tsukuba Circuit, here's the track map. 2 kilometers of racetrack, 12 corners in total. We're going to have 98 laps of racing here, and then we're also going to be looking at the target lap of maybe a 55.2, 55.1, but it does say that it was a 55.6, but it has already been broken, so let's set it higher, so maybe we can go for like a 55.2, 55.1. It's a split round, and therefore we'll for this stream we will have the split B race today. And it's currently Hololive GT3 is its current shortest circuit, as in it's actually shorter than the Suzuka East circuit by around 50 meters. It's also the home of best motoring, so if you're a fan of like Japanese guys testing multiple race cars, the performance and all that stuff, you can go to best motoring to get your fix. So anyways, let's take a look back into the championship order. Obviously, we've already updated the championship standings after the split A race at Tsukuba, with Count Gibbons leading the standings ahead of Daniel Bauer by 25 points. And further back, there's Shazin Reza and then number 31 Himari Luna Honda. And we can see that after that second place finish by Raiji Kaczynski, he managed to get himself up to 4th in the championship standings, showing his mettle. And Christoph Salomon, after his top 5 finish, jumps up from 9th to 8th. And with a few guys falling down the order as such. Anyways, a big surprise here is how bad the Nissans have been performing this season. Because if you look at the standings here at the moment, Wawan Suharto, Hofu, Mi, Seri Kayumov, Robert Karishak, Haminai Riba, and Griffin Wheatley all run Nissans and are currently outside top 10 in the championship battle, which is not looking good for them. But that's not the main focus that we want to talk about. We want to talk about Split B. A few things that we want to talk about. Kizaru Leo, of course, leads the championship standings after his win at Fuji. And then there's Jeff Clark and Vlasa Damashnev beating Charles Thompson in the Hoshimachi Suisei car last March after Thompson got pole position. And since March, Thompson has been replaced by Daniel Barguer, which takes his position in 4th in the championship standings. Then we have Altasar and Tanarao and Sean Galayal occupying 5th and 6th. The Nissans are actually pretty good in Split B, so we hope that the Nissans can actually turn up a good performance here in Tsukuba. But given the Lexus and the Hondas actually performing here, let's hope that they could at least minimize the damage. And then we have Yukikaze Kai, and Rahim Baez, Sean Pauly, Lorenzo Ricci, and all that stuff. Kento Kai, Miguel Castro, Alex Grant, Daniel Belate, and a new face in another new face in this series is Mika Margish for Momosa Zunene. So good for her to take part in this racing series after racing Mohamed Shakif Reza. And then for those who want to open up the points tally, there's Richie Raw and Johan Sinful wanting to open up their points tally for this session, for basically the season. They still have no points scored. Johan Sinful's predecessor, Bon Air, got collected in the turn 1 melee at lap 1 in the Split B race, so that didn't go well for him. Richie Raw, representing Shirakami Fubuki, he actually went for the... He actually got spun out at the exit of turn 16, so also very, very unlucky. Yeah, speaking of new drivers, here's a look into the graphics of the new drivers that are going to be participating here. We got Daniel Barguer, Johan Sinful, and also Mika Margish. You can ignore Sean Galayal, Miguel Castro, and Lorenzo Ricci because I think we've added too much drivers here. So anyways, new drivers for Split B. Daniel Barguer, representing Hoshimachi Suisei, races in the number 41 car, replacing Charles Thompson. Johan Sinful replaces Bon Air in the number 7 Toyota Matsuri Lexus. And Mika Margish races for Momosa Zenene after she replaces Mohamed Shakif Reza. And I also wanted to mention to you this. Today is Kazama Iroha's birthday, so please share a good birthday message for Kazama Iroha as we're about to get this qualifying session underway. There's going to be more car action here in Tsukuba once all of this is settled, because obviously Kazuma Iroha is going to host her birthday live tonight. Anyways, starting this qualifying session, I'm Murasaki Reza, and unfortunately, I'm still the only one in the booth, which is a shame. But it is what it is. So, anyways, let's take a look into the first few cars out on track. First few of them is Alex Grant. Well, he's currently racing in the number 63 Yukana Lamy Honda, and right now we have 3 of the 4 Gen 5 cars racing in this split. I just want to check the mic, and the mic is pretty good. All good. So here is Alex Grant. Now we want to take a look into the side of the cars. There is a logo. That's a Good For You logo for the upcoming 5th Gen Live, coming in a week after the Connect Your World live concert. Speaking of which, let's take a look into the onboard for Tsukuba. Taking easy into turn 1. There's a crest into the braking zone into turn 1. Started hanging around the inside of the corner. And coming into the fast S, coming into this hairpin. You might want to shift down to first gear. You might want to take the curve just a slight bit, but don't take too much. 21.820 on that first sector. I want to take it easy here into turns 9 and then flick it to 10. Oh, he's going to be held up by Kento Kai there, turn 11. This is a good exit there to maybe try and clear Kento Kai. And right now, coming into turn 12, 46.449. Yes, he's really being held up there by Kento. Alex Grant's gonna have a pretty good lap there come the end of this. Not a good lap, 55.826. And Kizuhara Leo again shows up in that Murasaki Shion Honda, 55.488. I think he set already the fastest first sector. He's now set another the fastest first sector, 21.271. Once he exits the hairpin, he will cross into this second sector timing loop. Johan Simple is also showing up in the Naziro Matsuri car. Only 8 tenths behind. Kizuhara Leo is about to cross the second sector timing beam, and let's see where he comes. Oh! Only 9 hundredths behind, because Lasa Tamasha actually shows up with a lap of conviction. Puts his car on pole. Gives the Rosenthal something to cheer on as Tamasha puts that Aki Rosenthal Lexus on provisional pole. Kizuhara Leo doesn't improve. The running trend of Nissan's not performing at Tsukuba continues, except for Daniel Barguer, because he sets at 55.417. Really shows to everyone of his potential in that Hoshimachi Suisei car. He's already shown that he has had quite the pace in the Suisei cars, and now given that he wants to continue Charles Thompson's efforts, he's doing very well for himself. And scratch that, look at the Nissans. They are performing in this split. Maybe it's just a split type of thing where the Nissans are actually not at their best in split A, but they are pretty good in split B. So there's something that needs to be remedied coming into this race, coming to the next race at Motegi. So anyways, we're already past 4 minutes into this qualifying session, and almost all of the cars have set their lap times. Like that, all of them. Kento Kai currently down in 17th place, not having the best lap time that he has had at the moment. But meanwhile, look at this, Sean Coliles is showing up there, 4th place in the standings here, only 3 tenths behind Vlada Tomashnev. Lorenzo Ricci shows up with a 6th place qualifying run in car number 6. Looking into the top standings here, Vlasto Tomashev leads, Daniel Barguer in second. Barguer is currently being held up by his start-end teammate Daniel Bolotev, who is currently down at 16th. No improvements here. guys are already back out on track with fresh, clean air in front of him. Let's see what he can do. And anyways, Lorenzo Ricci actually has a better lap time, but not before Altazar and Tanaro actually beats him back. And Tanaro in his second Hololive GT3 start is showing up in both Formula Hololive and Hololive GT3. Not as well as Colin Gibbons, but he is showing up here as he is currently set the 5th fastest lap time in car number 5. Wow. And speaking of which, Lorenzo Ricci is in car number 6 and is currently qualifying 6th. And Tanaro is in car number 5 and qualifies 5th. What a coincidence. Looking into the current order here, Mika Marcus is doing pretty okay in her Hololive GT3 debut, racing for Mimosa Nene. Just wanted to check the logo at the side here. You can see here the Twinkle For You logo for each of the Gen 5 cars. It's both seen in both Formula Hololive and Hololive GT3 cars as they are about to have their 5th Gen concert in July. Hopefully they can put up a good show. Anyways, Jeff Clark shows up once again. He's already finished 2nd in the previous race at Fuji last March, and he's now showing up once again. Now here's something that you probably want to know, because looking into this order, three of the five drivers inside the top 5 currently in this qualifying session are Nissans. But meanwhile, the Nissans hadn't really been showing up in Split A. And if I do remember in the qualifying, the Nissans also didn't really show up in the race either. Just check. Anyways. Apologies if there's going to be some slight silence here, because again, there's only like one guy in the commentary booth and I really want to like save my throat, so that's that. Anyways, Jeff Clark improves on his lap time, bumps both Tanaro and Ricci down the order. Clark now qualifies inside the top 5, not for Nakiri Ayame. So welcome if you're watching the stream. If you're just watching the stream, we're racing Hololive 3 cars. Anyways, Johan Sinful gets his car inside the top 10, or well, rather improves his position in the Natsuyo Matsuri Lexus, driving car number 7. Kizaru Leo also continuing his good run in the Murasaki Shion Honda, qualifying inside the top 3. Sean Galile is doing very well there inside his Minato Aqua Nissan. He's gonna start his lap. Again. He's gonna go on a slight onboard to see how his onboards go. Then we're gonna go back outboard. 21.122 is the fastest time in that first sector, and he's only like 2/10 off. So I don't think he's going to be improving unless he finds a lot of time in the second and third sector. Look at Richie Rod there, and Miguel Castro. Richie Rod gets his car, the Fubuki Nissan, get up to 8th place, and Miguel Castro gets the Pagera Honda up to 10th before Andrew Rakimbayev and Lorenzo Ricci improve their lap times. There's still a lot of movement in this qualifying session here. Andrew Rakimbayev showing up in Formula Hololive GT3 after missing out on points last week in Formula Hololive and Autopolis. Margush qualifies up to 11, bumps down Miguel Castro. There's the definite ramping up in this racetrack. And coming into the end of this qualifying session, we're about to pass 10 minutes after this qualifying session has started. And now let's see if we can see some improvements. Right now, the front row consists of the Aki Rosenthal Lexus and the Hoshimachi Suisei Nissan. And right now, Daniel Barguer is going to see if he can improve. Miguel Castro does improve, but it's not going to be enough to bring the Usada Pecora Honda up into the top 10. Both Kais were in the top 10 last Formula Hololive race at Autopolis. And now both of them are struggling to even get outside the top 10. Get inside the top 10, because right now Yukikaze Kai is currently in 15th and Kento Kai is in 17th, and right now he hasn't had any improvements. Feel free to share your thoughts. I'll try to respond to them as soon as possible if there is anyone that can respond. Anyways, Daniel Barguer did improve on his previous lap time. Only 700ths of the Mashnev. But right now it's not going to be enough for Barguer to snag pole position away from the Mashnev, as he currently has provisional pole. Ooh, very aggressive coming into the pits. Right now it's going to be okay, as the damage is going to be repaired anyways. Sean Pauli gets his car up to 12th place, but still behind on Tannerov, who's currently in 8th. Interesting fortunes for the Gamers members. The best one is currently Andrew Kembai, currently in 5th. Both Rada and Tannerov share row 4. And Sean Pauli is currently back on the 6th row, currently in 12th place. Daniel Barguer still improves on his lap time, but it's still not going to be enough. Still 700s behind. Barguer has caught up to traffic at the worst possible time. I think he can just back off, but I don't think it's gonna happen. So just gonna give you guys a rundown of the top 10. Last Mashnev is in the lead. Daniel Barguer is second. Well, at least they will be starting on the front row. Kizaru Lee and Sean Delisle, Akushio. Second row, so good job for them to bring the Akushio knee to good effect. And then Andrew Akimbayev and Lorenzo Ricci doing very well in the New Year's Cup for the Oshis. Welcome you into Ocean Marine 2020 New Year's Cup. Now they're qualifying inside 5th and 6th. Richie Roy and Althusser and Tannerau representing two of Hololive Gamers, currently in 7th and 8th. Never mind that. Jeff Clark in 9th place for Nakiri Ayame, and Johan Sinfeld 9th for Natsuri Ramatsuri in 10th. So that's your top 10, guys. What's surprising here is that the amount of Hondas inside the top 10. And actually, scratch that, while there are still 2 Hondas inside the top 10, Jeff Clark somehow puts his car, the Nakiri Ayame Lexus, inside 4th place. So it's still a Gen 2 second row, and it's the Gen 2, 3, 4, 5. Coming to the end of this qualifying session, it's going to be interesting to see who's going to be improving. But for Kento Kai, he does have slight improvements, but he's still currently the slowest out of every driver so far as could be. Tannerov trying to get a good lap there in the Nakamata Kaio Nissan. Let's see if he can put up a good lap. See if he can bring his car up inside the top 5. And right now it's not likely there. The combined times in the first 2 sectors there, down by 7/10 of a second. And then doesn't improve. Alex Brandon 14th place for Hanalami, as well as Kento Kai and Mika Margus. All 3 Gen 5 cars are currently outside the top 10, so not a good showing. Meanwhile, keep your eyes peeled for the Mashnev and Barguer, so they might be able to carve something out. Trying to set up another lap, and Richie Rod actually with a 55.520 puts his Shirakami Fubuki Nissan up inside 4th place. So there is a Gen 2 third row, but the Gen 2 second row no longer exists, and Richie Rod breaks that monopoly. Talking about a good amount of variety inside the top 4 position. We have a Gen 0, a Gen 1, a Gen 2, and a Gamers entry inside the top 4. Okay,
Shion coming from Fubuki is actually Gen 1, but she's also part of gamers, so that's kind of that. So anyways, coming into the end of this qualifying session here, the qualifying order is almost finalized with Plaza Damashnev on pole position as it stands, unless someone might be able to challenge. That's the end of Shiwa's run. And for Kizuhara Leo, he's about to finish his run as well. But we'll take a look back to Kento time to see where he ends up. And there's only one car left to run, and that has got to be Kento Kai, and now he's peeling into the pits. And with that out of the way, the qualifying session, I think we can conclude it at there. So with that out of the way, what are my thoughts coming into this qualifying session? Well, again, the Suisei car shows up with the Suisei car on second place. Very good showing there for the Hoshimachi Suisei Nissan to put the car inside the front row. Although it's not pole position, it is what it is. So anyways, let's take a look back into the starting lineup here for the Tsukuba 400 for the split B, And with that, let's take a look into the timing order. Plaza Damashnev for Akira Total puts the Akira Total Lexus on pole position for 55.287. Very good stuff. And actually, 700ths of a second back is Daniel Barguer for Hoshimachi Suisei. Again, showing up in that Suisei Nissan. Very good stuff there. Kizuhara Leo in that Murasaki Shion Honda places him, Bliss car in third place. Will try to maintain his championship lead from here. In third place for Murasaki Shion. Ruchiro with a surprise coming into the end of this qualifying session for Shirakami Fubuki. Qualifies fourth. Jeff Clark for Ayame qualifies fifth. And well, Sean Goliath in sixth for Aqua. They make up the Gen 2 Road 3. And Rakhimbayev for Okami qualifies 7th alongside Johan Simfo for Natsuri Matsuri in 8th for his Hololive GT3 debut. Lorenzo Ricci in 9th for Marine, and for Antanara for Okayu. They make up Road 5, 9th and 10th respectively. Miguel Castro, car number 11 in 11th place, and Sean Pauly in the Inogami Carone Honda make up Road 6. Pauly is in 12th. Mia Margush is in her Hololive GT3 debut, qualifying 13th inside the Moses and Nissan. Alongside Alex Ren in the Yukanalami Honda in 14th. Hasekai is currently inside the points, but only just in the Amanekarata Nissan, and then Bolata make up the first position outside the points at 16th. Well, make that an Oreo, row 8. And Kento Kai inside the final qualifying spot in 17th place for Shishiro Botan. So let's see if there can be any upsets coming into this race. So with that out of the way, let's get this race properly underway. So coming into the start of this session here, this race, the Tsukuba 400 race for Split B is about to get underway. And there we go. Daniel Barguer admittedly doesn't have a pretty good start here, and looking at Kizuhara Leo, he might be able to steal second from Barguer, and also for Jeff Clark. The trend of 4 starts for the Nissans continue, but let's see if Barguer can try to limit the damage with a probable attack on Jeff Clark on the inside of the hairpin. I think it's looking good for Daniel Barguer to maybe stay in third place if he can get his car right. And yes, he does. But not before Jeff Clark might think of a move down the inside. Here is the order at the moment. Damashnev leads, Kizuhara Leo second, Daniel Barguer third, Jeff Clark fourth, Rakhimbayev fifth, Richie Ross in 6th, John Goliath now in 7th place, Lorenzo Ricci 8th, Johan Simple drops down to 9th place, Nantano also drops down to 10th place. What a messy race this has been, because right now, well, at least for the Hondas, because right now, from 11th to 14th, it's full of Hondas, but not for long, because Miguel Castro is going to try to mount a charge against Altitude Tanarao into turn 1. Welcome on board to everyone watching the stream. I hope you are enjoying this race, the Tsukuba 400 Split B race, as Castro tries to go for a move down the inside against Antanarao in the number 11 Pecora Honda. Right now, Antanarao is steadfast in his defense. Kizaru Leo is going to try to mount a charge against Vlasa Damasha. It's a different story from Split A, where Cal Gibbons just pulled away from second place from Allgore. And now Kizaru Leo is going to try to at least mount a charge and see if he can get his Shion Honda to a good position. Kizaru Leo at the fastest lap, 55.673. Okay, that Barguer is not far behind. It's gonna shape up to be a very competitive race here. Speaking of which, Kent Tokai actually jumps because Kai at the start here. Again, the poor start on the Nissan is absolutely biting them. And currently, Yukikaze is down in 17th. He's going to try to charge for a chance against the Mashnet. Right now the gap has closed. I think the gap was at 5/10. Now it dropped down to 3/10. Leo's going to be aiming for that fastest lap. And as it stands, maybe not. Because you can see here, he was a bit too close to the final corner. And so he had to back off. Jeff Clark trying to hang around the inside of turn 1, trying to defend against his fellow Aya Fubumi teammate Aindra Himayev. Speaking of which, it's an Aya Fubumi 4th, 5th, and 6th, with Ayame leading the way of Mio and Fubuki. Jeff Clark, of course, driving the car representing Ayame, trying to defend. And now the Master is going to try to mount an opening of the gap here. Loving the manufacturer spread inside the top 6. 2 Nissans, 2 Lexus cars, and 2 Hondas here. As you can see here, and Rahimai, I think, has a pretty lackluster exit of turn 11, coming into turn 12. Still status quo, as Kizaru Leo against us his 5th lap of this race here, 55.6. He's going to try to mount a chart once again. Overshot there on that first hairpin here. Was that the second hairpin? Anyways, coming into the final hairpin into the back straight. The Honda, I think, has a slight advantage on that main straight compared to the Lexus, and so Leo might be able to cash in. But as you can see here, turn 12 is a very long right-hander, and in corners the Lexus is really showing up. And now the Machef is still opening the gap once again to Leo. Right now there are no immediate battles showing up. Right now Kento Kai is absolutely holding out Yukikaze Kai, which is not looking good for the 2 Kais who are currently outside the points. Ayafobumi still hanging around at 4th, 5th, and 6th positions here, but look at Shangolaya actually catching up there to the top 6. Let's see if we can mount a charge. Is Harleo trying to catch the Mashab unaware? I just wanted to catch you guys aware on the takeout to the leader here. We're already like, how do we say this, 7 laps in, and both Kais are currently outside the currently 20 seconds behind the leader, so the risk of lap cars is going to show up once again. And as of the biggest gains in start, and Rock'n'Roll started second, it was now up to 5th, as does Alex Grant gains 2 positions, as well as Daniel Molatev. So good run for them. Anyways, back to the intervals. 6 laps complete. Well, there's gonna be an intermittent silent moment due to me wanting to a rope. So that's that. 8 laps complete here in Tsukuba, and right now the Mashef is still leading in the split B race of the Tsukuba 400. And right now Gizarali is going to try to show up, but right now he's losing touch to the Mashef. Now Marcus currently behind Daniel Volante by a considerable margin. Oh, you can see here Marcus going off wide there. But right now it's not too much of an issue. And you can see here from Volante and Marcus losing a good amount of time here to both Kais, and now both Kais have actually caught up to 14th and 15th, so this may be interesting. Rakim and Rod are gaining on to Jeff Clark with their personal best lap times here. Jeff Clark is actually losing touch to the top 3, so Kazara Leo trying to catch up to the Moshnef. Between the top 3 are currently about just over 2 seconds. A bit of a large gap, but then again, this is what we're talking about. And actually, the Mashef has gained a bit on Kizara Leo there on that previous lap, but just by over thousandths of a second. So. Trying to catch up to Ricci. Number 6 versus number 7, and right now Sinful's going to try to hang around. And Tanner actually went a bit wide there, and that's not going to do him any favors. It's probably one of the longest 200 kilometer races in the Hololive race schedule. Come to think of it, because of course Tsukuba has a very low average speed, so that kind of explains it. So a bit of a Hololive information to you all. Kazumari Rojas celebrating her birthday today with a live concert for tonight. Now, what outfits will be used? I believe the outfits will be white. The black uniform will definitely be used. I have good confidence that these will be used. Don't be surprised if they're going to be using the origin uniforms, the uniforms that have been used in the NSS, you know, the white, black, and gold ones. Daniel Bolata has lost touch to Sean Pauli in 13th place. Sean Pauli, of course, scored in top 10. You can see here Marcus and Kento actually went side by side. Kento trying to look for an opportunity against Marcus. Both of them have had good connections between each other. That's why both of them are racing in good terms. Then Barguer losing touch to the leading pair of Leo and the Mustang. Laps complete, and right now, 11 laps complete, and right now Tomashev is in command of this race. Leo, I feel like he's gonna have to pit soon, because I feel like he is quite fast, and he shouldn't be this fast against Lexus, so he might be pitting the next few laps, so watch out for that. And he might be making the same mistake Shazrin Reza had made, but then again, Shazrin actually made a comeback from 5th to 3rd, so stuff from the Malaysian, and now he's another Malaysian trying to mimic another Malaysian strategy. And Kai is actually not far behind from Nika. pace trying to catch Johan Sinful here. It's really a pretty quiet first few laps here at Tsukuba. Again, nice to see that there are still viewers viewing in. It's all good. So anyways, Kizar Leo have again lost touch to Plaza de Mashab, but that's only because he is now pulled into the pit as we mentioned earlier. So Leo's the first to pit, but I fear he's pitted way too early and he might have to pit a second time. So that's one thing. Kizar Leo's the first to pit in an attempt to make use of the undercut strategy. Leo is still stuck inside the pits here. And as you can see here, Sean Foley have already cleared Kizar Leo as well. And Leo finally gets up, but will it be enough to stay ahead of Baltef, Marcus, and the two Kais? Yes, he does. He exits in 13th place with a slightly quick stop. And he is discomforted fuel, so he's going to have to pit again soon. Leo trying to get his times warmed up to try to gain an advantage against the Mastev and Barguer. That's his opponents. And right now, looking at the trend of the guys who have pitted, they have only pitted at around lap 40 and lap 50, something like that. So a long way to go before their pit stop window has opened. It's gonna be a long while before most of these drivers' pit windows are going to open. So. Right now, you can see here Leo is going to try to. Actually, he has already built a gap against Bolatev and is actually catching up to Polly. Polly actually going slightly off wide here. As you can see here, Barguer with a 56, so he is a bit slow. Rakimbayev and Rod are still hounding on to Jeff Clark as we speak. Both of them are matching each other's pace stride for stride. 5 Honda spread between 10th and 14th, so it's a Honda show. Let's see, Kizuhara Leo can have a very good exit off of the final corner. See if he can overtake and dispatch Sean Pauli into turn 1. Now, yeah, he's going to be held up once again. And more lights on that tires and more lap times lost. So Kizar Leo is not looking very good here on the strategy front. Kizar Leo trying to make this race count, but right now it's not accruing to him. Laza Damashnev, of course, scored 3rd last race, and with a 1st place at the moment, he might be able to steal the championship lead from Kizuhara Leo. Wakimbayev with a very good run in 4th place, Rod in 5th, and Tanra with a decent run in 9th place. Can he continue his run inside the top 5? I don't think it's a bit likely given that he's still stuck behind traffic. And Leo still fails to clear Sean Pauli. Here, Yukikaze Kai is already into turn 1, and Vladislav Damashnev is already into the final corner, which kind of shows to you the threat of lap cars as it stands. We will see how early lap cars can play a factor in this race in the Tsukuba 400. And right now, Damashnev is going to try to manage his gap and pace so that he can maximize his time in clean air and save his tires. Kizuhara Leo has finally overtaken Sean Pauli for position here as he coming into the hairpin. They were actually side by side a long time ago, and now Kizuhara Leo's next move is against Alex Grant. And Rakimbayev still in 4th place against Jeff Clark here, and now actually the gap has opened up between Clark, Rakimbayev, and Rod. So the Ayafulumi battle is going to have to wait. Right now, Rakimbayev is still hanging on to 4th place. Hoshimachi with a 55.796. Daniel Barguer is going to cross the line with a 56.121. Not looking good for Kizuhara Leo because he's still stuck behind Alex Grant. He still needs to clear 2 Hondas if he wants to have a bid in trying to gain lap times against Barguer and Domashnev. Kazekai currently in 17th place, and Vlad Domashnev is already coming into the timing loop for the second sector and into the hairpin. While Yuki Kazekai is already crossed into the final corner. The threat of black cars are very real, and right now, Kizuhara Leo, meanwhile, is going to try to catch Alex Grant once again. Let's just pay attention to Kizuhara Leo and his advances then. Diving down the inside. Actually, there is no movement to the inside. Kizuhara Leo trying to edge an opportunity. Trying to get a good exit there, but the gap has opened up once again. Now it's 0.5 of a second, so we're looking at Kazekai against Vaza Domashnev. The guys at the back are losing a lot of time. Kizuhara Leo there. The issue of pit strategy is going to be a case of contention here, as Kazekai is now about 2 or 3 seconds slower than the leader. And so Domashnev is actually going to be looking to gain on the lap cars by about 2 to 3 seconds. And we have confirmation that Kizuhara Leo have miscalculated his fuel runs once again. And now he's going to have to pit again. And that is going to be in the next few laps. Another blow for the Murasaki Shion Honda. Again, makes the same mistake as Reza, but that mistake turns out to be a pretty okay result in the end due to the fact that he went from 5th to 4th. So that's that. All these by 7 for the runs, which was 52nd again. And in terms of the Gen 5 cars, only Alex Grant is in 11th place, holding off Leo's advances. Okay, back into this stream here right now. Barguer is actually in 2nd place, actually losing a good amount of time there to Domashnev. As you can see here, Kazekai is already across to the top section, and you can see here Domashnev is actually not far behind. There he is. So Leo is actually not going to be too bad at all, but it is a bit bad. Losing a good amount of touch to Alex Grant. Anyways, Kizuhara Leo has finally dispatched Alex Grant, diving down the inside of Grant at turn 1. And now the next car he needs to dispatch is time is running out before he has to make a second unscheduled stop. I find it pretty interesting that Split B gets a lot of attention because Hoshimachi Suisei is involved. And right now Daniel Barguer is doing very well for Suisei, and for all the Hoshimachi is watching, he's currently placing himself in 2nd. Despite Hoshimachi Suisei actually preferring the bright uniform over the origin uniform. I mean, it's obvious from the 4th line that she didn't even use the origin uniform, which is the uniform that forms the route for Hololive GT3. Anyways, Barguer in 2nd place trying to find a just basically hang around for a while Leo's gonna try to his best to clear Castro. Kazekai currently in 17th place. Kento Kai is actually side by side with Margish, but Margish manages to defend. And now here is Blaza Damashev about to catch up to the lap cars. So let's see how fast Damashev can clear the lap cars with ease. And right now you can see here, because the guy tries to make a move against Kento, but too far back is the enter. Onto the fast right-hander of turn 12. Where you can really energize your tires to get some more grip. But don't overheat them and they'll lose more grip, and then they'll lose grip. Sean Goliath in 6th place, doing very well in Hololive GT3 rather than Formula Hololive. He's currently inside the points for Minato Aqua. Right now, Daniel Barguer is still quite far behind, and you can see here Damashev is actually trying to clear Yuki Kai at the moment, and now we see Kento Kai trying to clear Mika Margish off of the points. Yuki Kai have, I think, officially gone a lap down, and for Damashev, that's easy clearing of Yuki Kaze. For Barguer, more work needs to be done, and for Kizaru Leo might have to pit once again. His fuel levels are getting pretty dangerously low as we've already passed the quarter mark of this race. Kazekai really not having the pace in this race that he wants. See here, Damashev is absolutely trying to get desperate again, trying to clear Mika Margish. But right now Margish is trying to hang on to her 16th place. Well, actually her status as the lead lap car. As you can see here, Damashev is actually being blocked. Look at the amount of time Barguer has gained against Damashev on the first two sectors. It's already gaining a good amount of time by a few seconds. You can see here Yuki Kai actually trying to make a move to unlap himself, and this will make Damashev lose more time. And here's Yuki Kai getting his lap back, but Damashev is going to try to hang it around the outside to put Kai a lap down. What was a 7.7 second gap is now dropped down to 5.7 seconds. Pretty good stuff here from the two drivers to try to keep it clean. Girard in 5th. Now we have confirmation Kizaru Leo is going to have to pit again. He has made an error in his fuel calculations. Let's see if we can make a comeback from here as what he did as much as there is ahead down. While Damashev is still stuck behind another Nissan, which is Mika Margish here, who is currently in jumped up a position because Kizaru Leo have already pitted. Kizaru Leo has already gone on his wheel stop, but in terms of the cars ahead, he has Sean Goliath, Richie Rod, and Andrew Himbayev in front, which is all pretty decent cars, and if he doesn't clear them in time, then he's going to have a pretty troublesome race. Daniel Barguer has gained a lot of time against Lazo Damashev. He is still stuck behind the Moses and in Nissan. If Damashev still gets stuck, then that's going to pose problems for him. As you can see here, Barguer is slowly catching up here. Daniel Barguer with a 56.443 and Damashev with a 57. You can see who has the faster lap. And right now, Barguer's in a position of precariousness, but fortunately for him, he still has Yuki Kai as a pick. And Kizaru Leo, he has a good amount of gap against the cars in front, but for how much? That's the risk. As so he needs to clear the Aqua car, the Fubuki car, and the Mio car if he wants to have a chance. Now Barguer, as for Barguer, the gap is now closed down to 2 seconds. As still struggles to clear the Nissan. As competitive as ever right now, with Barguer catching up against the Mashnev here because our Leo's now down to 17th place. As a bench, not going to score points. That may change in a whim, and you can see here Barguer is now caught up to Kazekai, and the Thompson still stuck behind Margish. Barguer might want to get his Nissan teammate to help, but I don't really count on that. Both of the leaders are now stuck behind traffic, which might play in Leo's advantage, and Rhino still has some clean air. Barguer's gap to Tomasha still 1.3 seconds, but still being held up there by Kazekai. Kai 57.692, Barguer 56.873. Oh, you can see here, both Tomashev and Barguer actually shuffle off wide, trying to look for space. But of course, it comes to nothing. Johan Senfall actually trying to catch up to Lorenzo Ricci, who's currently in 7th place. Ooh, Senfall actually overshotting the corner just a bit. We have, I think, caught up to Sean Goliath. Sean Goliath is eager to let Kizara Leo go as an Akashio combi. That would be very nice, but this is not like GT3 we're talking about. Everyone for themselves most of the time. Barguer's gap to the Mashnev now dropped down to 1.1 seconds here. You can see here the Mashnev trying to go to the inside of, actually completing the inside move against Margish. While Margish may have the straight line speed to try to defend around the outside, but he doesn't have the cornering. He needs the inside line to try to make this work. And right now it's not working for Margish because Kai is looking for an opportunity down the inside. And now you can see Jeff Clark also getting into the mix for the battle for 3rd. Leo have, I think, caught up to Sean Goliath, but will Sean Goliath be able to clear Kizuhara Leo? And Kizuhara Leo actually peels down the inside for an almost instant move to try to get his lap back. Great move there for Leo to try to clear Goliath and to minimize the lost time. Remember, only Kizuhara Leo have pitted, so that's going to throw Snyder away. You can see here, Jeff Clark have now caught up to Daniel Barguer. Jeff Clark against the Suisei Nissan on lap cars is going to be a thing. Because right now, Clark is looking for an opportunity to do the one thing that he did in Fuji. He's going to probably do the same thing here in Tsukuba. The Masha have properly cleared 2 lap cars already. Now make that 3. As you can see here, Kento Kai have now on his first scheduled pit stop. Daniel Barguer for Suisei trying to catch up to the Mustang now, but he's now actually having to battle against Jeff Clark. Lexus is very good in the corners, but Nissan's better on the straights here, and now Barguer is going to look for a chance to maybe put his Yukikaze Kai a lap down here, and now he's going to try to make a move and use Yukikaze Kai as a pick, and yes, he does. Barguer now is able to defend second place very well against Jeff Clark. Now Jeff Clark has more work to do to clear Yukikaze Kai. Sean Goliath actually losing touch to Kizaru Leo, which is a testament of their pace. Now Kizaru Leo needs to catch Fubuki Nissan at the right time for him to pounce. Kento Kai is now dropped down to 17th place behind Kizaru Leo to an extent, 19 seconds behind. Fresh tries, let's see if he can use this undercut strategy to good effect here. The only car he has in front is the faster Antenna. So that's one thing. Jetblock for third place, trying to make a move against Daniel Barguer, as you can see here. Jetblock has also cleared Yukikaze Kai. And now look at Mashnev actually trying to clear Daniel Bolatev. And as you can see here, Bolatev coming into the pits. We thought the Mashnev was actually going to the pits, but they actually served the dummy. That's pretty interesting here. As you can see, more drivers are milling down the outside here because of things. Now I think that it might have been some form of understeer, but that's that. Anyways, more drivers coming into the pits. The pit window has now opened. And now Migamata is going to cause a lot of headaches against Barguer and Claude. Damasha now has clean air. Next car Damasha has to concern is Sean Pauli and Alex Grant. He can be able to gain a good amount of time. The Vargas have not decided to come into the pits just yet. I regret to inform you that some of the batteries have not been dead, so I'm gonna have to use an alternate method of watching the stream. So just looking ahead at the order here at the moment, and now we get to see Antanara coming into the pits to serve his pit stop. Right now, looking at Sean Goliath, he's doing very well there to hang on to 6th place here. And as you can see here, Kizaru Lee have not caught up to Richie Raw, but he needs to clear Raw quickly. And Danarao is still inside the pit, still stationary. Actually lost a good amount of time against Rock there. Danarao comes ahead of Ika Margush, Kento Kai. For one, Tanarao's decision to pit slightly later is doing very well for him, I think, but of course many of the drivers still have yet to pit. So just wanted to take a look into the order here. Down Jaguar is actually really caught up to Daniel Barguer. He's still stuck behind Mika Margush. Margush is actually not cooperating with Barguer. Remember, it's every man for himself. Battle on multiple sides here. There's a battle on the lead line, the battle between the guys on multiple laps down. As you can see here, the battle for second have now, I think, expanded to what should be 4th and 5th, like 4th and 5th. You can see here, Richie Rod is still on the lead lap, still holding up Kizuhara Leo. Will Kizuhara Leo peel down the inside? No! Still stuck. Mayev still inside the pits for his stop. His closest opponent is at Tanarao. Let's see if he can stay ahead. Kimbe has now got his car moving, so he's actually gained a good amount against Tanarao. Good stuff there for Rocky Mayev. The Omega strategy is the strategy to be at the moment. Johansen from Natsu Matsuri still hanging on to 7th place against Lorenzo Ricci in that Hoshimarine car. Just want to look into the standings here at the moment. Sean Pauli have now been lapped by Vladislav Domashnev. Again, another seamless clearance there by Domashnev against the lapped cars. But now he's currently sandwiched between Sean Pauli and Alex Grant. Alex Grant still stuck there. Still pretty good showing for the Nissan Series Split B here, and Daniel Barguer still in 2nd place. Mika Marcus actually has to pit again. This is pretty interesting to see from Marcus to serve yet another stop. Not sure what happened to her, but I think it's not about damage here. Now you can see here Okakoro in the there's an Okakoro battle for 11th place here. Altanara have caught on to Sean Pauli. Let's see if Altanara has the guile to really mount an attack on Sean Pauli. Marcus has now gone ahead of Andrew Rakimboy, who's currently in 8th. Marcus has now dropped down a lap behind the race leader. Vladislav Domashnev is still, I think, stuck. No, Vladislav Domashnev has pitted. He's going to be the first to serve his pit stop. And as such, Daniel Barguer is going to have a good amount of clean air to try to get his overcut strategy to perfection here. And now you can see here Richie Rod gets up to 3rd place against Shonga. Oh, sorry, that's just pit cycling. Zara Leo still stuck behind Richie Rod, which is not going to do Leo any favors. Barguer and Clark still 17th. That's the gap between them. And now on Tenero, there's Sean Pauli as Pauli enters the pits for his first scheduled pit stop. Well, hopefully it's one scheduled pit stop, because right now Marcus has been very unlucky to have another miscalculation in the fuel run. Jeff Clark is gonna try to attack. Right now, there's not much at the moment. You can see here the Mashnev has lapped Sean Pauli. Hopefully they have already pitted, so it's securely in base. Miguel Castro peels into the pits for Santa Pecora. Clark trying to actually get close to Barguer now, because Barguer actually have now come into the pits. Now let's gonna take a look into where the Domashnev is at the moment to see where the battles head to, because right now the Domashnev is currently at the back straight. So Barguer needs to get his pit stop done as soon as possible if he wants to have a chance to exit ahead of Barguer. The Domashnev exits the final corner. Barguer is still having his car stationary. Barguer's car is still stationary. Domashnev has the race lead. It's not enough for Domashnev. Coming into the halfway stage of this race, Barguer has work to do to try to get the race lead back from Domashnev. And worse yet, there's a lap car of Sean Pauli in the way. Clark's doing pretty decently on the racetrack here. Let's see how much Barguer can gain from Clark to see if he can add up to his advantage. The guys at the front are lapping at the 57s. Let's see what Daniel Barguer is lapping in. .58. Okay, let's take a look here. Vladimir Domashnev. I really can't tell where he's lapping into. Well, you can see here, Kizuhara Leo is still stuck behind Hikazi Kai, and this time it's 4th position. Kizuhara Leo has actually lost a good amount of positions here, but Hikazi Kai have yet to pit. Kizuhara Leo has the pace advantage, but he needs to clear them soon. Leo is still a lap down against Jeff Clark, but he needs to clear Hikazi Kai soon if he wants to have a good shot against top spots. Barguer in 7th place. Lyle's in 3rd, trying to eke out a gap here as he is yet to pit. General. Actually side by side with someone here, and you can see here General gets lapped there by Jeff Clark. So that's half the field already a lap down. Well, Jeff Clark's gonna have a long overcut strategy. Let's see if this pays off for him. Jeff Clark has not won for Nakirayame. His best finish was a 2nd last round at Fuji. And to see the favorites showing up for the win is pretty okay. And now Johan Sinful goes in for his first competitive pit stop in Hololive GT3 for Matsuri. And now Barguer has Kento Kai as a roadblock, and right now this is gonna play into the hands of Barguer in a slight bit because Juan Damashi is still stuck behind lap traffic, but the problem, there's still Sean Pauli. That's the problem that he needs to overcome. Barguer has gained a good amount of time against Domashnev, 55.891 versus the 57, so watch out for that. Barguer have really closed out to Domashnev, therefore he needs to clear Sean Pauli soon. Sean Pauli currently 1 point inside. Still quite behind though, but yeah, that's that. So anyways, we're about to get into the halfway portion of this race. We're going to take a slight break from lap 49 to lap 52. And for that, I hope you can enjoy the sounds of these racing cars touring across Tsukuba here. You're watching the Split B race of the Tsukuba 400. Welcome back to the stream here. Welcome back to Tsukuba 400, the split B race here at Tsukuba. And you can see here a huge development in the story. As you can see, Mazda actually cleared Kento Kai while we were on break. And as you can see here, now for Daniel Barguer, he needs to clear 2 lap cars for him to mount a charge at the race lead. And right now, he still hasn't cleared both Sean Pauli and Kento Kai, which is actually going to prove to be quite an issue for him. Still have yet to pit. Looking into the pit stop graphic here, Alex Grant, Jeff Clark, Lorenzo Ricci, and Sean Villar are the only 2 or 4 drivers who have yet to pit. So watch out for them, as they might need to serve their pit stop soon enough. And right now, Vladislav Demashnev has the net race lead at the moment. And right now, the cars in front of him are Sean Galile. He is actually fighting for position, so that's one thing. And Barguer still stuck behind Sean Pauli, which is not looking good. And now Barguer may look to be under pressure from Rahimayev as well. And finally, Kizuhara Leo clears Yukikaze Kai, which has caused a lot of headaches for him. And now he needs to try to mount charge back up into the front, at least in the top 5, because right now he's going to be losing a good amount of points. A side-by-side battle between Miguel Castro and Lorenzo Ricci there, although they are currently in a different lap. You can see here Ricci is still actually stuck behind his fellow Gen 3 teammate. And now Galile is going to be on the offensive. I like how the YouTube says the game is Project Cars, but it's actually not. Anyways, back on the topic of this race here, Sean Galile is in the 3rd position for Minato Aqua. And right now, he's currently doing a pretty solid race here after poor showing in Formula Hololive, where he didn't score any points. Castro doing pretty okay in 13th place as a reserve driver for Usada Pagora. There's still no word of a new driver for this ride. That's one thing. Sean Galile in 3rd, trying to catch them out. Jeff Clark trying to catch. Looking at Lorenzo Ricci though, he's actually closing in onto the leader here. Jeff Clark is actually just up ahead, and now Ricci might be able to mount a charge, but then again, this is not for the race lead because they have yet to pit. The gap between the Demashnev and Barguer have opened up to 11 seconds because Barguer still have yet to clear Sean Paul. He's actually struggling to do so. But then again, Barguer might be able to get the Hoshiyomi's best result of the season so far with a 2nd place finish after a 4th in Fuji. And now, finally, Barguer might have a chance to put the Coronet car a lap down. But no, something's definitely not right with that Nissan, he thinks. So, still trying to put an offense, but right now, Pauli is really showing no mercy to the circumstances here, as now you can see Rakhimbayev is going to see Margush get herself on lap against Rakhimbayev. Galile actually clearing the Demashnev, actually pulling aside for the Demashnev here. Even with Galile's worst tires there, the Demashnev is definitely on the charge. He has not won for Aki Rosenthal since June. And what a way to get himself back onto the top step of the podium with a win. Barguer is still in 5th place, not looking to mount a charge at the moment because he's still stuck behind Sean Pauli here. Here's another battle there between Leo and Alton Tannerau. Side by side for position here. Leo can hang around the outside to try to maybe. Yes, he does. I think he's quite close enough, but I think he's messed up his lines. He tries to make a move against Tannerau, but Tannerau manages to have the inside line, the positioning needed to properly defend his position. Leo's lost a good amount of time as well. Now we want to, well, we're at it here. Let's take a look into the progress chart here. And for Leo, it's not looking good. He started 3rd and is now down to 11 after a strategy mishap. He tried to do what Riza did, but due to different circumstances, it just wasn't forthcoming for Leo. But for we still haven't cleared the guys who have yet to make their pit stop, so that's one thing. And right now, looking into the gaps, we already have 9 cars on the lead lap, and the rest of them going a lap down. And looking into the intervals, Tomasha and now gone side by side with Ricci. Tomasha has the inside line coming into turn 10, going into turn 9, and Tomasha has cleared Ricci once again for position. His eyes are now set on Jeff Clark, who have also yet to pit. But if he manages to take a lead from him just like that, then it's going to be a good way to retake the race lead. But right now, Lorenzo Ricci is going to try to mount a challenge against Tomasha, even with the older tires. I don't think it's going to be enough, but Ricci's going to go at it once again. But a better exit for Damashnev here, as predicted. Or will Ricci dive down the inside? No, he can. He does get close, but not close enough. Ricci tries in might. He still could not defend with those old tires. Meanwhile, for Barguer, they're actually slowly catching up. They're actually slowly getting themselves back into the Mashnev here. Jeff Clark is still staying out. And you can see here, Leo have already cleared on Tannerau. And right now, Leo is aiming to get his lap back. If he does so, that's going to cause a lot of problems for Clark. The Mashnev is still stuck behind 2-lap traffic on Miguel Castro and Yuki Kazekai, who somehow have gotten themselves up into 12th and 13th. Well, at least Yuki Kazekai, Miguel Castro, he stays where he is. Outsurf and Tannerau trying to find a way past Leo, but Leo obviously looking to try to get past Clark. So many battles in multiple respects here. Here's Sinful trying to make a move against Rakim Bayev. Excuse me. And now you can see Clark's really struggling there with Vicky. If I'm not mistaken. Now Sean Galal finally pits as well as Yuki Kai. And Damashnev actually trying to fend off Ricci once again. But right now it's okay for Damashnev here, but for Barguer is actually caught up to Damashnev once again. The battle for a race lead is not over yet. Damashnev have finally cleared Ricci, but he still has lap car of Miguel Castro in front. The Machine needs to clear her ESCP if he wants to have a shot. Holding on to the spot in the race lead and maybe a victory, but lap 62 of this race, 61 laps complete of the split B race of the Tsukuba 400, and right now the Mashnev is trying to carve out a chance, and now Barguer is still stuck behind Ricci, so still stuck behind Holly and Kento Kai. Lockett have made another pit stop. That drops him down to 17th. In the case of the Honda, not showing up recently. Oh, here's a battle here that we want to talk about here. Richie Rod, Johan Sinful, fellow Gen 1 members side by side. Richie Rod has the inside line, but Sinful has the cornering speed, but right now Sinful has to back off there because Rod has placed his car correctly. Manages to defend 6th place. And now, with Alex Grant coming into the pits, it's going to be a case of if Kizaru can get himself back up into the top 5. Right now, he doesn't have tires. He'll be using a good amount already. And now Lorenzo Ricci finally coming into the pits. The only driver who has yet to pit is Jeff Clark. And right now, looking at Alton Tenera, he's still down a lap. But that's only because the driver in front had yet to pit, and Tenera has already pitted. For the Mashnev, he's still stuck behind Miguel Castro. Ricci trying to get himself back out onto the racetrack, and he does exit in 7th place, just ahead of Sean Galile. And crucially, also ahead of Hikaze Kai, who is also a lap down. Going to play in the hands of Ricci to try to build an advantage. And now Jeff Clark finally gets himself into the pits. As Abashev retakes the race lead, on which he is quite as dominant, he might be able to give him to run for his money in the overall standings. Abashev finished 3rd in the last race at Fuji, and with him finishing this race with a win, he will retake the championship lead as it stands with Kizaru Leo down in 9th place. Mashnev is still stuck behind Miguel Castro. Barguer is still stuck behind Sean Pauli, and Kento Kai has pretty decent pace as well. We're on lap 65 here at the Tsukuba here for the Tsukuba 400 Split B race. Rod catching up to Rakhimbayev, and you can see Rakhimbayev actually gets shuffled off. Honda wasn't able to score a podium finish at the Split A race with a Lexus podium sweep, but right now here is Richie Rod trying to prevent the Hondas from scoring a podium here, and now Rakhim is going to try to challenge once again, but Richie Rod has the line. Richie Rod steals 3rd place, and the Hondas are not going to be in the podium Tsukuba this year, as it stands. And now Rahima is going to be shuffled off wide once again by Johan Sinful. Where did he come from? And now Daniel Barguer trying to clear the lap car, Mika Margic, but actually no, Mika Margic is actually the one trying to unlap herself against Barguer, which is going to cause a lot of headaches against Barguer. Oh dear. This isn't already bad enough, this is already worse. And now he has 3 lap cars to deal with here. And now here's Johan Sinful trying to challenge Richie Rod for position. And now pushing the Nissan out of position. And now Rakhimbayev is going to try to seize the opportunity here. Here's both the Nissan and the Lexus side by side. And as you see, a lot of people watching. But right now, it's going to be a very tense action-packed race coming into the final 30 laps. Watch out, 56.656. Daniel Barguer still stuck behind lap cars. That's going to cost him a good amount of time. Make that a 58.087. So over a second slower than Damashnev. Rakhimbayev in 5th place, looking for an opportunity against Richie Rod. Fellow K9s in the field, and now you can see here Barguer trying to gain a position back against the lap car of Mika Margish. And now Johan Sinfel's going to try to step on the opportunity to take the lap car. But look at Andrew Rakhimbayev diving down the inside against his fellow Gamers teammate. His fellow Gamers teammate Richie Rod down into the final quarter. Rakhimbayev still has the inside line. The hope of a Honda podium finish here at Tsukuba is still alive. He just needs to clear Johan Sinfel. Barguer still needs to clear Sean Pauly, who's currently down in 13th place. Well, not a battle is brewing here. Kizaru Leo trying to clear Bolatev. Bolatev is now last place. Right now, Leo is a bit frustrated that it's come down to this, and now Rod and Rakhimbayev battling side by side once again. Rakhimbayev just needs to have the nose. Rod has the position. Rakhimbayev has to back off. It's Rod's 4th place now. But Rod actually overshoots the corner. And now allows Rakhimbayev to steal back 4th place. Down the inside goes Rakhimbayev against Rod. Will it be enough? Kind of, yeah. But right now, Rod is still hungry for some positions. Rod hasn't scored a point, and he wants to score as many points as possible here. It's just nature, and now it's Rakhimbayev overshooting the corner. There's another switch of positions here. Rod and Rakhimbayev at the S. And Richie Rod has a position once again. Same song and dance as what Zeke Wimberly had mentioned. As you can see here, the Nissan, I think, had a wide line and actually tricked a few of the drivers. And now Castro making a good move down the inside against Antanarao. And now Antanarao's going to be the one blocking Domoshnev's advances. But it won't be for long here as Antanarao actually overbraked himself. Overshot himself to turn 1, and that's going to allow Domoshev to at least have a semblance of a gap. And now Domoshev is looking to overtake Miguel Castro. Castro on the offensive, but it won't be enough. Castro now drops down a lap. Anyway, at 5th place, trying to find a way past Richie Rod. 28 laps to go. Well, sorry, 29 laps to go here. You can see a Sinful, I think, not having the best exit that he's looking for off of that final corner, but will it be enough for Rod to catch back up? You can see that mid-corner browse that Lexus has. He's trying to get himself back in position, and now Rod trying to get himself back into 3rd place. But I think he's overshot the corner, so it's going to allow for Rakhimbayev to steal a position, maybe. And now Johan Sinful is clearing the lap car of Mika Margic, which will play in his favor. Sinful is looking for his first podium finish for Natsuhiro Matsuri, continuing the work that Bon Air had done. Here's Rod. Ooh, overshot the corner there inside turn 1. Now coming into the second hairpin here, and now you can see that Rakhimbayev's trying his best, but it's just not close enough. around the outside. That actually is gonna pay. Actually not gonna look very well there against Makimaya. Makimaya might have the inside line, but it's not gonna be enough. Bottas has the better exit. Now Rahima is. They're gonna lose a bit here, exiting the final corner. But here's Rod's been another mistake. Another one of Rod's mistakes coming into turn one. He overshot the corner once again. And now Barguer finally clears Sean Pauli. It just needs to clear Kento Kai for him to have a shot in actually getting close to the Mashnev. Aurelia gets dropped down a lap. Not what he was looking for given how the race start goes. Looking into the progress chart, let's take a look here. The biggest gainers is Johan Sint will start at 8th, is now up to 3rd. Because Aurelia lost 6 positions, started from 3rd, now down to 9th, and a lap down against the Mashnev. Barguer just needs to clear Kento Kai. He just needs to do that. And if you can do so, you're going to be able to set up a chance. As it stands, the race is still going to be tightly knit. And you can see here Barguer gets shuffled off. Barguer's in the inside line, but again he overshot. Will it be enough to get Kento Kai down the main straight? I don't think so. Starting lap 76, we're going to be going for a short break to rest the throat. So we hope everyone's going to be continuing on to tuning into the stream. Right now we have Daniel Barguer trying to catch Kento Kai representing Shishiro Botan. Trying to set up the chance there, Daniel Barguer, but I don't think he's close enough. Let's see if he can get a pretty decent shot there again. He makes that same mistake. That's gonna allow Kento Kai to open up his gap, and that's not gonna help Barguer's chances of trying to get this win. Mashnev trying to clear Daniel Bauer. And with that, with lap 76 starting, we're gonna take a short break. We hope everyone's been enjoying the stream. We're gonna be returning on lap 79. Back here again at Tsukuba, we're already passed through lap 79 of this race. The Mashna still leads by Barguer, but actually Barguer and Kento Kai have actually caught up to the Mashnev, so the battle for the race lead is still on. It's not as dominant as it was on split A, with Callan Gibbs winning by over 30 seconds over Raiji Kaczynski. But the Mashnev might have to deal with a hard charging Kento Kai and a Daniel Barguer at the same time. Both of them have actually found some newfound pace. Maybe they were just holding back. Coming into lap 80 here, and you can see the gaps drop down to 3.6 seconds. The Mashna doesn't have the tires to clear Daniel Bolatev. If Barguer can play his cards right and overtake these lap cars of Leo, Castro, Antanara, and Kai, then he could be in the thick of it battling for the race lead. You see the difference in speed here. 1.2 seconds is the difference, which is staggering to see. Barguer trying to close up the gap, but now Kento Kai's caught up to Antanara, which is going to throw spanner in the works. We'll get to the rest battles here. Rakimba is going to try to steal 4th place from Ichi once again, but he's still far back. Back onto the stream right now. We're lap 81 of this race, but the race is still not properly decided just yet. You can see here Barguer is still stuck behind Kento Kai, who's stuck behind Antanara, who's stuck behind Castro, who's stuck behind Leo. Then in front of Leo there is Vladislav Demashnev, who's looking very good today. Just wanted to reiterate with you once again that Vladislav Demashnev had not won the race we just need to check once again. Yeah, Vladislav Demashev's last win was at Motegi. So right now he's gonna try to win it for the first time in about a year actually. Last year I think it was at this part where he won the race for Aki Rostal in Motegi. Now coming into almost a year apart, Masha is going to be looking very fancy, be able to win this race. Now you can see Masha is still wanting to play safe against Bolatev, but I suggest you, if you want to have a very good person, you need to clear Bolatev as soon as possible here. Which says a lot because right now Barguer is still stuck in second, behind behind multiple lap cars. Lap 83 of this race, and this race is still not properly decided. Rakimba is still inside this racetrack, inside the top 5. Rosvici is looking to try his best to overtake Jeff Clark. Remember, Clark has the freshest tires out of anyone so far, so clock is looking to be a favorite to try to steal more positions. Laps to go here in Tsukuba, and right now it's still down to the wire here, but right now we just want to hope that there could be a battle somewhere. And you can see Rakimba actually tried to get close to Rod, but not quite close enough. Barguer hasn't probably cleared his lines just yet. For the Mashnev, Barguer 57.825. Sinful is also looking very good as well here. If we look at Johan Sinful, we do want to mention that he has been performing very well for himself, as he's currently inside the podium positions, and the only one that is spoiling the Lexus podium sweep is currently Daniel Barguer in second. Again, showing to everyone that even with an underperforming car at the moment, let's go A. Daniel Barguer is showing out to be a very talented driver, bringing this car to very good results. So Daniel Barguer, a very powerful Hoshiyomi, and well-warranted one at that as well. And now we get to see that Jeff Clark has actually cleared and Rakhimbayev down to 6th place. And now Rakhimbayev is going to get unlapped by Alex Grant, which forces him off to the outside. Now Lorenzo Ricci is going to try to steal position. More battles here as Jeff Clark finally gets up to 4th place. He now steals more positions now. It's an Aya Fukumi 4th, 5th, and 6th at the moment right now. And now Clark tries to get around the outside. And now Rod is going to try to clear the lap car. Amika Markish. Amika Markish representing Moses in, and this is not the first race that she's looking for. But then again, this is her first race. So probably cut her some slack. But then again, here it is. Alex Grant is going to try to unlap himself against Jeff Clark. Okay, I just want to give you an update because I think there is someone that's going to be able to join us in the commentary booth finally. Just going to need to set up the chants here and so just wanted to get a confirmation here before one of our mates join here for the stream. Right now we're just going to still wait until there's something, because right now Jeff Clark is still going to try to mount his comeback run against Richie Rojo. It has actually cleared against the lap car of Alex Brand, and now Rakhimbayev is going to try to defend against Richie. Richie has the inside line. We're getting into the 10 laps to go mark here in Tsukuba for the split wheel race of the Tsukuba 400. And right now, Richie trying to get himself nip and tuck against the lap car of Marcus now, and now the race have definitely calmed down. Barguer still trying to clear the lap car of Kento Kai, but still not forthcoming. Then Bolatev is trying his best to not go 2 laps down. He's already down a lap. Trying to catch up to Richie once again, but I think his tires are absolutely shot. In terms of the Hondas, it's absolutely been underwhelming. And as for Gen 5, it's also been underwhelming as well. Because right now, none of the Gen 5 cars are inside the top 10. Camry Riva has been the best performing Gen 5 car so far. So that's one thing. As for gamers, all of them are showing up, probably except Sean Pauly, but K-Boy is still the brightest spot. And right now, still going to be a procession here, as there's not going to be much movement in and out of the racetrack as far as overtakes go. Nine laps to go here in the Tsukuba 400 Split B race. Sinful trying to go against Sean Pauly. Not enough. And as you can see here, Barguer is now been stuck behind the lap car so much that now Sean Pauly is gaining on Sean Pauly. Now you can see here, Sinful got that on the inside of Sean Pauly to try to put Sean Pauly a lap down of Sinful, and now Sinful is looking for a spot inside second place. Race isn't over yet for the battle for second now. The battle for second is definitely on. Only one car separates between the 41 and the 7. It's Murasaki Suisei coming into turn 1. Into the inside goes Johan Sinful for second place. Can he hang on? Yes, he does. Johan Sinful, talk about his Hololive GT3 debut. Started well down in the midfield and is now challenging for second place. Let's see, and as you can see, Kento Kai and Antanara Valley side by side. Sinful might have another position that he can gain. On the outside, Johan Sinful trying to steal a position from Antanara. And as you can see here, Antanara has the inside line, but if Sinful can hang around the outside or maybe dive down the inside. It's a switchback move. And what a move by Johan Sinful into the final stages of this race. His eyes are now set on Vladislav Damashev. Only 3 cars separating Sinful from the race lead. Well, technically only 4 cars. 3 cars and Vladislav Damashev separating Johan Sinful from the race lead. Can he muster a fighting chance? Have our eyes peeled on Sinful, see if he can have a shot of winning this race. He has been pretty docile for a good amount of this race, and now he's definitely coming alive in the final stages. Sinful just needs a moment of magic in these last 6 laps for him to take this win. Right now it's not forthcoming. Right now Damashev is crossing the line to start lap 93. Sinful look for a chance against Kento Kai. Not yet. Kento Kai is providing a good amount of challenge, but I think he just went off slightly wide there, but he did close the door. And now Sinful is gonna look for a chance. He's getting very close. This mission possible is slowly becoming mission impossible if he can't clear these lap cars in time. Kebayev has lost a good amount of time against multiple other cars trying to defend positions. He was at third at one point in the middle of the race and is now down to 7th. Best Honda still in the field, but if the best Honda is currently in 7th, there's still much that needs to be talked about. And now Barguer has to defend against Inugami Corones's Sean Pauly. Sean Pauly is not going to be shuffled behind by Richie Rod. Richie Rod's going to try to steal a podium finish from the Suisei Nissan. Suisei Nissan is going to need to try to hang on to third place for a shot at championship contention and a shot of being in the podium. The Suisei Nissan's drivers don't want to be snuffed out of the podium for the second race in a row. A slow mission impossible for multiple drivers to catch up to Vlasa Damasha, who has had a very commanding race, not as dominant as Cal Gibbons, but has shown everyone the ropes and his strength as a Rosenthal member for Aki Rosenthal. Lap 95 in this race, 4 laps to go. Mashev is still trying to find a way past Wolatev, who is still a lap down, but maybe there is a move down the inside. Will he nudge in front? No. Gerard going off slightly wide there against Bauer, but this would mean that he's going to lose a good amount of time. Black might have a shot at 5th if he is lucky enough. It's going to be shaping out to be a very close championship battle here. Damasha is going to be very much in the running for the championship lead as things stand. 3 laps to go. Let's see how many cars are stretched between cars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 cars in the battle pipe between the guys who are on the lead lap and the guys who are on a lap down. Sinful have finally found a spot to overtake Barguer a few laps ago, and now Barguer is going to try his best to defend against Rod. Sinful has already built the gap, but right now the race is going to look to be set in stone. We're going to lap 97 very soon, and right now Vlasa Damashev still in the lead. Led a good amount of this race, showed to everyone that he has the potential. He had won last time at Motegi a year ago representing Aki Rosenthal. Vlasa Damashev is going to do it again, and now Barguer is going to be shifting down to 4th place. I don't believe this. It's going to be for the second race in a row where a Suisei Nissan is going to be denied a podium finish. Richie Rod has sunk the hearts of many Hoshiyomis watching, and it has been a massive heartbreak for the Hoshiyomis out there who was hoping that their driver could score another podium finish for Suisei, but it's not forthcoming for the second Hololive GT3 race in a row. And now Vlasa Damashev coming into the final lap of this race. Dominant from start to finish. Showed everyone his potential. Has been a very solid Rosenthal member. Has shown his allegiance to Aki Rosenthal. In a sea where everyone is paying attention to the big greats like Suisei, Marine, Pecora, etc. And here's Damashev paying his attention to Aki Rosenthal, and as it stands right now, Sinful's going to try to attack once again against Damashev. Meanwhile, as this battle progresses, Vlasa Damashev has had a near perfect race from start to finish. 4th pole position, nearly led every single lap. And now Vlasa Damashev is going to win the split B race of the Tsukuba 400, and Johan Sinful just beats Richie Rod down to the line with a last lap overtake to defend his 2nd place. What a Hololive GT3 debut has been for Johan Sinful, representing Natsuhiro Matsuri. No two ways about it, Kizaru Leo should have had a better race there, but alas, it just wasn't meant to be. Daniel Bolatev, the last guy to cross the line, and with that, Here are your finishing positions. Barguer just misses out a podium on his Hololive GT3 debut. It's similar to what we have seen with Charles Thompson last March. Daniel Balachev is the last guy to cross the line. He has just avoided the fate of being dropped down 2 laps behind. And with that, the Tsukuba 400 comes to a close. And let's give you a rundown on who finishes where. Let's take a look here. Vlasa Domashnev for the first win in a year for Aki Rosenthal. Very good stuff from him. Led from start to finish. Amazing stuff for Domashnev. Sinful made a very amazing comeback from down in the field to second in his Hololive GT3 debut. Great stuff. Richie Rod as well for Shirakami Fubuki in the Nissan. Makes Gen 1 proud. That's 3 Gen 1 cars inside the podium, making it a Gen 1 podium sweep. Daniel Barguer in his Hololive GT3 debut. It has a lot to talk about, especially of his route chances. He finishes 4th in this race. For Suisei, Jean-Claude for IMA finishes 5th. Richie for Marine finishes 6th. Car number 6. And Rockenbayer finishes 7th for Okami Mio. Sean Golial scores inside the points for Minato Aqua. And Kizara Leo is what could have been for him. He has started 3rd, has just lost out a lot due to strategy. Well, he rolled the dice and the dice didn't play in his favor. He finishes 9th for Murasaki Shion. For Miguel Castro, a top 10 finish for Osada Pecora. Very good stuff for him as a part-time driver. Kanto Kai, despite having the slowest car in qualifying, gets himself, well, it's actually the slowest cars in qualifying, gets his car inside 11th place. Finishes at the points for Shishiro Botan. Alta Santana doesn't continue his top 5 run from last time. He finishes well for Nekomata Okayu, as does Sean Pauly for his top 10 run for Inagami Korone. Alex Grant finishes a very decent 14th place for Yukihana Lamy. Could be more, but then again, it could have been more, it could have been less. But then again, Alex Grant finishes 14th, still inside the points, as well as Mika Marquez in her Hololive GT3 debut. She finishes inside the points, but only the 1 point. Unfortunately, the Gen 4 cars participating in this race, Yuki Kazukai and Daniel Balachev representing Amane Kanata and Tokiyami To respectively, are out of the points. Oreo going pointless. Now as we shift into the, how do you say this? The championship standings here, we're going to save briefly just a while. Okay, with that out of the way, let's take a look into the championship standings here. And actually, I just wanted to check because there has been an error. Kizuhara Leo did not finish 2nd in that race. He actually finished 9th, so I'm gonna need to do some correction in this one. There has been an error inside the results counter because Kizuhara Leo was not supposed to finish 2nd. Oh dear. Oh dear. The results did not actually pan out the way that it should, so we're gonna need to end the stream here and try to manually sort out the championship order, and hopefully we'll be able to share with you the championship updates on our Twitter account @Adak_RMS. So please check on your account in due course, maybe the next 3 or 4 hours. And with that out of the way, that's the end of the stream. I'm Hoshimachi Suisei. You've been watching the 2023 Tsukuba 400 for the Split B race of the 2023 Hololive GT3 Japan Series season.